So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Here we go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Steps away. Now he's going to let it go deep left. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Seahawks. 46 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Here we go now.
Now a handoff looking right. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. He'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Four down. Slim. 93.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch. You're mine. 4 down. Alert. But 5-man box. 28. Hey, Raider 2. Shit. That's it.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's got it to Hearns. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Go. Get set. Motion! 808!
Working from the gun, it's Carr. That's It's complete. Middle of the field to Humphries. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down.
734. What's it hot?
From the gun, it's Carr. And this is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Gun! Watch it now, Barney!
On play action, they'll throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jaquiski Tartt, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
On first down, it's Gurley. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Monday down! Later, 8! 36!
Hey! 618! White!
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
Hot. Yeah, 98's down. 58, 98.
Twist! Tight dog.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Here's Carr, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. That's a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Todd Gurley taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Extra point safely through. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, good move. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. It's caught blocking. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already have what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
4 down.
After the penalty, it's McCoy. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes were being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is Shepard on the catch. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage. A
good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. come the Cowboys. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
guy, what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
Heavy. Down. Blue 80.
Hey, watch out. Check Mike 50.
Where's it on?
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
We got 93. Where's it on? Go, Chief.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. This is McCoy, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
734.
Tight ends on the Lucy. Tight ends on the Lucy.
Get set. Wide 85.
To throw on 2nd down. Carr. And the slant pattern here complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Here we go. Hey, 734.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw on second down. Carr. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. Touchdown, Cowboys! Allen Hearns, his first touchdown in a Cowboy uniform. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
The extra point up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
The Seahawks were the most penalized team in the NFL last year, more than 9 a game, and now they've got 1st and 15. They'll pitch it out to McCoy. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now a 1st down carry here for McCoy. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Over!
Okay, watch number 33. Watch number 33.
Back 99 Philly, here we go!
Check.
They'll set up a throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
No.
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. And they'll go on the ground. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. They're going to look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Randy Gregory in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, they look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop.
Get down, get down. 180.
Right there. 54 Mike. I got wide.
Carr now on 1st down. Hearns brings it in. He'll get this to the 40. Sweet little juke in there. Got him some extra yardage. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Later 8. Down. 180.
The final shot here before half for Carr. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. On the return, it's Jordan Lewis. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. A first update now from Cleveland, and it's the Browns out to the early advantage. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Tight ends right. Everyone's got 4 down. Check nickel.
29.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Deuce right.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. Shedding the tackle. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Something to watch here in Week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, A lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
Hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
29.
Now a handoff for Gurley. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Monday down.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down.
On the ground, this is Ware. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
4 down.
6:18. 7:34. 8:08.
Carr. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. This complete to Lockett. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Lay down.
Detroit! Detroit!
3 down, 3 down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Check 99. Check 99.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 3 down, 3 down.
Hey, Raider 2. What's up?
Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Tight right, tight right. Hey,
Down. 180.
Carr now on 1st down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he's taken down inside the red zone past the Seattle 15. A big play here for Dallas. 56 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now they'll pitch it back to Gurley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
White.
hey.
Shotgun now for Carr. That is caught inside the 5. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Down. Blue 80.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Push it on.
He's checking. Crash.
Yeah, 98's down. 58, 98.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
The Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation.
7:34. That's it.
Now Carr. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8.
Out. 3 down. Out.
They'll look to throw here. Out left to Shaheen. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives him the first down yardage. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
10th carry now for McCoy. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Detroit!
On 3rd down, here's McCoy. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Everyone's got 4 down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Able to find Shaheen here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. This give is to McCoy. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Gone!
They'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
On the handoff, it's Gurley. Space to maneuver at the 40, and he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And he is down deep into Seattle territory. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Cowboys, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what?